Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I greet you all according to your time and location in which you'll be meeting this particular video. Yes, my wonderful viewers, I am back again with another update. So guys, I have a video here I would like we all to watch. But before then, if you're meeting my channel for the very first time, you're highly welcome. Please kindly do well to like, share and subscribe. Leave your thought on the comment section on this video and let us know what you think about this video, and I will see you towards the end.
Let's begin what's trending. Aisha Dahiru Binani, the All Progressives Congress candidate in the Adamawa governorship election, has again filed a lawsuit against the Independent National Electoral Commission over the nullification of her declaration as governor of Adamawa State in the March 18th governorship election. Binani's counsel, Micah Ondoka, in a motion filed at the Federal High Court in Abuja, listed Inec, the People's Democratic Party, and its candidate, Governor Adamu Fintiri, as first, second, and third respondents. Binani in the suit sought a judicial review of the decision by Inec to reverse her earlier announcement as winner of the poll by the state's resident electoral commissioner, Hudu Unisa Ari. She argued that it was the Election Petition Tribunal that has the constitutional power to decide her fate in accordance with Section 149 of the Electoral Act 2022. Well, in the meantime, a federal high court in Abuja on Monday restrained the Independent National Electoral Commission from prosecuting Hudu Unisa Ari, the suspended resident electoral commissioner in Adamawa State. The REC had stirred controversy by declaring Aisha Dahiru Binani as the winner of the Adamawa governorship election when the collation of results were yet to be announced. On Thursday, Inec revealed that the commission had filed a 6-count charge against Unisa Ari before a high court in Yola. Binani, through her counsel, Michael Aondoka, moved the ex parte motion to stop Unisa Ari's prosecution. Aondoka argued that until the Election Petition Tribunal decides the fate of his client in accordance with Section 149 of the Electoral Act 2022, the prosecution of Unisa Ari cannot be said to be valid. Well, let's take some reactions. This has caused a lot of concern by some social media users. This is from Prince, who wrote, "The courts are at it again. Order and counter order. Someone has just been charged to court, and suddenly there is an order to halt prosecution. I pray this doesn't mark the end of this case, as many Nigerians are interested in the outcome of this trial." Well, Oyeni wrote, "How can the citizens trust this kind of justice system, easily maneuvered with technicalities? What has the decision of the tribunal got to do with his obvious wrongdoing that the organization he represented during the election could not defend it?" Rufai.
So I'll make a couple of general statements. Number one, judiciary should stand tall because it's the hope of the common man. And any attempt not to do that and not to stand in that stead as being the hope of the common man, I just hope the people don't start to look otherwise. And we should be careful. Secondly, Mr. Ari's case, I think, is independent from what was said in this ex parte order. Mr. Ari and a couple of other actors committed a grand crime, I should say. Anyway, it's the court that will determine that. But in the court of moral opinion, there's a grand crime. An election was not completed. The main returning officer was beating blue-black. And all of a sudden, Mr. Ari and other actors and some police officers went out there to announce the result of an election that was not concluded, that caused mayhem. And I say other actors because the Nigerian Television Authority too was part of this. Until date, the Nigerian Broadcasting Commission has not called them out. So you can see the shenanigan that goes on in Nigeria. And finally, Inec stepped in as an institution one day or two after, finally announced the results. And then Mrs. Binani, Madam Binani went to court. Anyway, Binani is a nickname. That's not her full name. Madam Binani went to court. Now they are talking about the Election Petition Tribunal to rule on this. Now there's an ex parte to stop the prosecution of Mr. Ari. I think number one, Mr. Ari should be prosecuted independently of what happened. And that's why we keep talking about an independent defense commission. And that's why I even allude to what Mr. Febabaloa was saying yesterday, that 7 judges should not even be allowed to touch election matters. Maybe we should have like special courts for election matters on its own. Secondly, when you look at it, these optics look very bad for our country. Then we are fast building a country where those high up there can get away from the law. And there is no justice. Because what do you say about the professor that was beaten blue-black? How will he feel when he sees all of this happening? And in all of this, Mr. Ari is a lawyer. So if people that should know the law can perpetrate these crimes because they have people backing them, then what kind of country are we building? Then we've built a very shambolic country that is a joke to everybody, and the world is watching us. This same incident was talked about in the EU report. That's why when some people say they disagree with the EU report, yes, they have a right to disagree. I will not deny them their right, like Voltaire says. But also, common sense is not common. Were those infractions done as stated in the EU report? Yes. And the world is laughing at us. I know they can bring in legal technicalities. I know if you call 10 lawyers to look at this, they're going to look at it from 10 different perspectives because of technicalities. But me, I will talk with the outlook of things I see. This is not how to build a country. We are fast building a country that chaos will be very easy to happen if we don't nip all of these things in the bud.
All right.
I rest.
Wait.
What are the issues here? Let's look at the issues. Now, what the council to Binani and to Yunus Ari did, perhaps in this case, Michael Andoaka, SAN, there are two cases. Let's take the first one. In the first case, he said, look, you cannot prosecute Yunus Ari in the light of section 285 sub 6. And that section 285 sub 6 says that the tribunal has a period of 180 days within which to determine the matter. And what is the key issue in the matter? It is the declaration of Aisha Dahiru as the winner of that election by, Yunus Ari. And that if you go ahead to try Yunus Ari, it may be, prejudicial to the case that is before the tribunal. So Andoaka, SAN Council, says, well, I brought an ex parte motion to ask for an order saying, look, there should be a status quo antebellum should be maintained. It doesn't mean that Yunus Ari has escaped likely prosecution. Because you recall that the Inec said it got a report from the police, 225 files of persons to be prosecuted. And the Inec chairman said it was going to proceed against the errant Inec resident commissioner in Adamawa State, in this case, Yunus Ari. So now, he gets his lawyer to go to court to say, in the light of section 2856, the other related matter not having been determined, then the matter cannot go ahead. So what Justice Donatus Okorowo did was to grant an ex parte injunction. People are very, uncomfortable with ex parte injunction. Ex parte injunctions are usually very controversial. But now he has adjourned the matter till July 18 for the respondent in the matter, in this case INEC and the Attorney General of the Federation, to come and give reason why the court should not grant the request by Yunus Ari's counsel. So the process continues on July 18. So the matter has not been resolved. What I may be uncomfortable with is the second matter that Andoaka SAN is pursuing. With due respect, this same Aisha Dahiru had gone to the Federal High Court before, immediately after the declaration of Governor Fintiri as winner. And Justice Inyang Ekwa, had asked the council to address the court on the matter of jurisdiction. They were seeking at that time order of prohibition and an order of certiorari. And the court said, come and address us on jurisdiction. But that case was eventually dismissed because Justice Inyang Ekwa ruled that the tribunal is the appropriate place to go within the purview of section 149 and also that section 285. Now it's the same matter that Binani's counsel, Andoaka SAN, has now taken to another court. does that not, with due respect, amount to an abuse of court process? Yeah. But it is for the court to determine that, because if indeed the argument that Michael Andwaka, SAN, put up, that well, this application is not frivolous. When I read that, I looked at it, I said, well, if it is not frivolous, maybe you are suspicious that the court may say, why are you moving from court to court on the same matter? But that is for the court to determine.
All right. Well, let's take another story that has been making headlines.
So guys, thank you so much for watching. What do you think about this video? Please kindly leave your opinion down below. I'll see you again in my next one. Bye for now.